Hello, BookTube. We're nearly at the end of April, which means we're nearly at the end of People in April, and I realized I hadn't done a video for it, so I came up with a list literally just right now of 10 books you could do last minute for People in April. These are not really short, but you can do it. Because I love People in April, I love biographies, I love memoirs, I love everything attached with it. And so here's a quick list if you want to do some last minute reads, but not some of them are a bit long, but I thought I owe a video for People in April. And so let's start. So I've talked about a lot of these books before, but essential reading, go read these, all of them. I've listed all of them in the description, so you can pick and choose if you want, but let's start. So the first book I have is Dickens by Clair Tomalin. This is my favorite Dickens biography so far. I'm not a Dickens person, but my god, do I love reading about him. I love his travel works. I could have put his travel logs on here too, but Claire's just such an incredible writer. She is probably the first biographer of Dickens I've read where she doesn't get lost in the man, the myth, the legend. Like, she still tackles him as like a person. She doesn't get over, like, Dickens is over large shadow, doesn't intimidate Claire at all, and I really love that. I haven't read Peter Ackroyd's biography of Dickens, that's next, but when it comes to Claire, this is the first book I read from her actually, but I do have her Austen and Thomas Hardy as well, biographies of them, and I want to do them soon. But yeah, Claire Tomalin's Dickens, if you like Dickens, you'll devour this, and even if you don't like Dickens, like me, give it a try, and her writing is just so worth it, and pages fly when you read her, really, her biography of Dickens. Next is My Life in France by Julia Child. This is a memoir she wrote late in life. It was published posthumously, and this is just a very quiet novel about her life in France, learning to cook with her husband, and just, it's very slice of life. And I absolutely love it, and it's one of my favorite memoirs, especially celebrity memoirs too. There's another one on this list, which is next, but My Life in France. If you love Julia Child like you should, you need to read this. Same as if you love Lucille Ball. Love Lucy by Lucille Ball. One of my favorite celebrity memoirs. It's short, like Julia Child, straight to the point. Lucille Ball's book talks about her life up to I Love Lucy, and a bit into it too. It doesn't go post I Love Lucy, which I kind of wish it did a bit, but as much as I wanted to. But if you love Lucille Ball, if you love her humor, it shines through in this book, because she turned down all these ghostwriters to do her big memoir before she died, and her personality and charm just shines through this book. I need to find a physical copy of it, but if you love Lucille Ball and I Love Lucy, you will absolutely love Lucy. You've probably read it already, but but those are two of my favorite celebrity memoirs. Next, we're taking a bit of a jump to Bob Hawke, Demons and Destiny by Troy Bramston. This is a big, 800-ish page biography of former Prime Minister Bob Hawke, who had a very interesting life, and Troy captures it better than anyone else can. From cradle to grave, it's perfect. You'll learn everything you want to know about Bob Hawke. You get to hear a lot about the way he what am I trying to say? You get to hear a lot about him from other world leaders from that generation, like Thatcher and Reagan and Mandela and so on and all that, because a lot of them are dead now, and it's just one of those great full life encompassing memoirs, especially to tackle someone as grand and as beloved as Bob Hawke. It's just an incredible read. It is an essential biography of by an Australian author, and you need to read it if you're interested in Australian politics. So we have that. Then we have Robert Louis Stevenson by James Pope Hennessy, Hennessy. Robert Louis Stevenson lived an absolutely crazy life, and James Pope captures it beautifully. That's really all I have to say. It's shorter, it's to the point. I'm pretty sure it's considered to be a classic author biography at this point. But yeah, you will love reading about Stevenson. He had such a crazy life. I was also going to put his travel logs in here too, but again, I wanted to make this list very sharp and to the point. But yeah, go check out that biography of Robert Louis Stevenson. It will blow the dust off him, even if you didn't like Treasure Island or Kidnapped or whatever. Then we have A Certain Style, Beatrice Davis by Jacqueline Hent. I think that's what I wrote. Beatrice Davis, for those who don't know, was an Australian book editor for like a long time in the 20th century. She literally discovered so many classic authors that are like Tim Winton, and so like I can't even remember all of them off the top of my head, but there's a lot here, and it's just a great biography of this unknown woman who done so much to impact the book world of Australia, and it's just incredible. It's personal, and I think it's really lovely, and go check it out. And we have Charles Moore's big 3-volume biography of Thatcher. What do you want me to say? I could have cheated and put Thatcher's own book that she wrote about her time in power. It's the photo of her with like the blue dust jacket. That's what I'm thinking of. And I love volume 1 too, but Charles Moore's 3-volume biography, it's a weapon. It could kill someone. It's incredible. It cuts through, a lot of assumptions made about Thatcher. It looks at her as objectively as I think you kind of can, especially for someone like Charles Moore, who was obviously alive during the Thatcher era, compared to someone who's my age and literally didn't grow up with Thatcher at all. She was long gone by the time I was born, and it's just an incredible biography of a really contentious person who, she's kind of very much like Nixon in that sense, where whatever you read about them, it's so emotionally charged, and it can overshadow the biography itself. But I feel like Charles Moore does a great job in not doing that, and it's just incredible reading. Then we have Goodbye Girlie by Patsy Adams Smith, one of the great Australian historians. This is a quick, barely 300-page book about her travels. It's charming, it's fun, it's very much like Stevenson in that sense. But you will absolutely fall in love with Patsy Smith. She's so adventurous and so charming on the page, and she's just incredible and needs to be brought back in print. I don't know why she's out of print. Then we have The Sound of Wings by Mary S. Lovell, I think, Lovell. This is the best biography of Amelia Earhart I've ever read. I read it this month, actually, for people in April. What do you mean to say? Amelia is a tough person to do a biography of, because it's kind of like JFK in that sense of like, their one big event really overshadows their entire life, which was just as interesting for me. Amelia's disappearance is so well done in this book, but also her entire life. You get such a beautiful sense of who Amelia was, the tomboy who grew up into aviation, and also what her husband done to influence her career, and just her complicated family relationships that no one really talks about as much. I think that gets, again, overshadowed because of what happened to her. But just learning about everything else she done before she went on that journey is just incredible. You know who Amelia Earhart is. Go check out The Sound of Wings. It is a bit old. It's probably nearly 40 years old, but I found a hardcover at secondhand. And if you love Amelia like I do, you'll absolutely adore this book. And then we have 2 more left. We have 11 books, actually. The Life of Captain James Cook by J.C. Beaglehole. Beaglehole. Probably, I don't know what to say. It's a classic. It's a life-to-death book about Captain James Cook and all his adventures. Beautifully detailed and written. It is stunning. It's long too, so if you want to binge something for the last couple of days in April, go ahead. Details, you'll be fine. It's readable, it's incredible. Go pick it up if you want to do some explorer biographies. There's a couple more I could have put on, but I chose that one because it is such a classic of its genre. And then the last book I have today is Boy Erased by Garrad Conley here. This is a memoir, not a biography, of Gerard's time growing up as a young man, as a tween, if you would. I think it's been a while since I've read it, but it's always stuck with me. And it's him talking about his time in conversion therapy because he was gay, and just his experiences being in that environment for so long, and the connections he makes with the other boys his age. It's such a touching novel. It does get a bit preachy at times from what I remember, but I still think it's a really solid book, and the movie really didn't do, I think, justice to the book, really. It's one of the rare times where the book was still, I think, a bit better, but Gerard's writing is just straight to the point. It's direct, it's really, really beautiful at times, and it's a very emotional book, and I think it's a really good read. Again, short, to the point. You'll smash this out in the last couple of days of April. But yeah, that is just a quick last minute video for people in April. If you've read any of these books, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, so go check these out for the last couple of days. And thank you so much for watching BookTube, and I will see you next time.